Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, as much as I didn't want to do it, here goes. Season 3, episode number 2 for The Oval, and it's called Off Limits. Alright, so the episode starts off with Max, Blakely, and Bobby going up in Lily's room, all right, waking her up out of her sleep. So, long story short, guys, they want to use Lily to get into Don's office so they can figure out who put the hit out on the president. I don't really understand why they want to figure that out because they want to kill him too. But I guess maybe if they had a little intel, then they can maneuver the best way they can, right? I don't know. All right, so we do find out later that this situation doesn't really work out for them. It's encrypted and everything once they get into the computer, once Blakely gets in. And also Kyle gets word that someone is in their home, in Don and Lily's home, and trying to get into that computer. All right, so obviously Max and Bobby, they should know better, that they're not going to be able to get into these things without it alerting Secret Service or whatever. All right, so next, Victoria is in the kitchen watching the news on her laptop, and she sees that Ellie still works at the White House after she told her, don't come back or you're dead. All right, so she's like, you know what, let me go get dressed. So she goes and gets dressed. Meanwhile, in the Oval, we got Hunter with nothing but sex on his mind, and he's asking Don why the heck he didn't bring Ellie to him, all right? And Don tries to let him know that she's holding a press conference, but he doesn't care, okay? Hunter does not care. All he wants is a BJ or whatever he said, something like that. The only thing that calms me down is drinks and BJs, okay? So once again, very hard for me to watch because the stupidity on this guy, and I'm tired of it, okay? But anyway, Hunter lets Don know that if he doesn't go get Ellie, he's gonna go get her himself, okay? Next, we have Don, Victoria, Alan, and Hunter watching Ellie answer all the questions for the press, all right? So Victoria gets tired of her just, answering the questions, and she gets up there so she could say what she needs to say so she can kind of shut everybody up once and for all. But then this idiot Hunter wants to come out himself for whatever reason. I just didn't understand it. And I was like, please, Hunter, don't do nothing stupid. But it actually worked out well. And, even though the press still wanted questions answered, he was smart enough to say, I'm not answering no questions, okay? I do want to say, though, that Victoria looked very pretty in her pink and then the pink lipstick and stuff like that. It was really cute, and especially for somebody that got dressed really quick, okay, honey? Next. Dale is alive, guys, okay? And we got Sharon and Kareem at his bedside. We find out, well, we don't really find out because we already knew that his parents didn't care about him because he's gay. So Sharon let them know or whatever, and she said they sound like they didn't care, so it was news to Kareem, right? But like I said, Dale is alive, and Kareem couldn't even have the decency to let the guy get no daggone rest, and he just wanted to ask him automatically. Now, it's normal to say, okay, what happened, right? So after Dale told him, some guy came in, he was flirting with me, and then after that, he shot me or whatever, then it's like, okay, did you know him? No, I didn't know him. Okay, then leave it alone after that, But Kareem, he just kept on going, kept on bothering the guy. And I'm just like, you're not even a freaking cop to be doing this? So it was just a little annoying. But Sharon, she told him, listen, could you stop? She told Kareem, get up out of here. I'll find my way home. So he left. But then when he left, she started asking him questions. But I guess she was also trying to let Dell know that that was the reason why Kareem was questioning him like that. And we're actually going to find out later that it wasn't Don's intent to have him killed. He said that the guy was an expert marksman, and he was told to make sure not to hit any major arteries. So I don't understand this whole stupid thing. I guess he just wanted to shake him up and scare him. I don't know. But if he doesn't know who it's coming from, what lesson is he going to learn? Or is it just like some kind of warning to Kyle, like if you don't leave this guy alone, the next time I'm going to make sure he gets killed. I don't know. Next, Hunter, Don, Victoria, and Ellie get into the Oval. And once Victoria and Don leave, of course, what Hunter is after, right? But Ellie refuses him. She tells him, look, I'm not your prize, or I'm not your property, or whatever she said, right? She basically just letting him know, when I'm ready to get it in with you, that's when it's going to happen, okay? Now, he threatens her that if she walks out of the door, that, he's going to let Victoria have her, okay? He said, I'm going to set that witch on you or whatever, right? And Ellie was like, I'll take my chances. And she left. So the thing is, I'm glad that Ellie refused him, because I'm just tired of his perverted ways, right? But she does this thing where it's like on and off, 1 minute she's down, the next minute she's not. And I kind of feel like it's her way of maybe having some power over the situation, obviously. But it seems like this power that she thinks she has, it's like she's letting it go to her head now, right? So that brings me over to the next scene where Don comes into Ellie's office and he's like, hey, what happened in there? And she's basically telling him that it's none of his business. And he reminds her that he is the boss. And, Ellie just has this thing now where she has no respect for anyone who is supposed to be the authority figure to her, right? Because she believes that the president is the one who's the boss. And because she's screwing him, she thinks that nothing can happen to her. And so throughout this whole episode, she really got on my nerves. And the fact that Don didn't really dig into her like I felt like he should have and flex his power, that irked me as well. And then having Ellie making these little faces as if she's got this grand scheme up her sleeves or something like that. It's just like, really, what can you do? So I'm waiting for her bubble to be burst. That's basically what I'm waiting for her to see that she's just a stupid girl who doesn't know what she's getting into. That's exactly what Don keeps trying to warn her about. But I feel like since Don is the puppet master basically, and he's pulling all these strings any other time, then he can kind of show her, right? Speed up the process, and letting her see that she's in over her head. That's what I'm waiting for with her, because I don't see the need for this character Ellie as well. All right. Next, Victoria goes into Alan's office now and she demands that Alan beats freaking Ellie's behind, okay? And if he doesn't beat her behind, then she's gonna hire someone to go over to his house and whoop his behind until he beats Ellie, all right? So Don comes in, right? And in this episode, he was just the king of walking in on like other characters, right? Just coming into Ellie's office, coming into Alan's office. Just, he was just always showing up at the right time, I guess, if you want to say. So this time he wanted to know why the heck Victoria was in there. And so Alan told him, she wants me to beat Ellie. So Don was like, okay, well, obviously don't beat your girlfriend up, And then when Alan tells Don that Victoria threatened to have someone come to the house and beat him up, it was funny when Don was like, well, you better get the beating. So that was just a little funny moment that I appreciated. All right. But then when Don says, listen, just relax, Victoria's harmless, okay? Alan said, do you really believe that? And Don was like, no, I don't, okay? But then he says, if anything happens, you definitely let me know. All right, next. Kyle confronts Don about shooting Dale. All right, Kyle is really pissed off about this. And Don has this little childish game that he's playing, talking about, I told you, Kyle, you cannot love anybody but me. Like, you're incapable of loving anyone but me, right? And so Kyle's whole thing is, this kid is innocent. Like, since when are we going after innocent people now? Like, is this the game that we're playing? So is it okay for me to go after your wife now? And so Don said, no, you better not, because she's off limits. And Kyle was like, well, how is that different? So Kyle definitely was making a lot of sense during this situation. I do understand that he's not married to Dale or even with Dale, you know, and obviously Lily being Don's wife is way different, right? But in a sense, it's the same, right? They're both innocent people. They're not a part of this situation. So they should be off limits, right? All of these people that have nothing to do with the White House administration or the Oval or anything, they should be off limits, right? Just like the title of the episode says. And the fact that Don is playing the game like this is not right. And Kyle is pretty peed off about it. And he really doesn't want anything to do with Don right now. So we'll see how far his anger is going to go. And we can also tell that Don sees that he might have taken things a little too far this time. Next, While Blakely is still trying to break her way into Don's computer, Max wants to know if Bobby's heard from General Martin, all right? And when Bobby says no, they realize that this is not good news because it could mean that they've been compromised or they have been set up. And guys, I already told you before that I was not sure about General Martin. I started to believe toward the end that he might have been a good guy. You know, when he got everybody together and was saying, okay, we got a plan. There's a lot going on at the White House. But in the back of my mind, I was still wondering if this guy was a good guy. All right. It just seems like there's more people on this show that you can't trust than you can trust, right? So we're going to still see. Did General Martin set them up or is he dead somewhere? We don't know, but hopefully we'll freaking find out, guys. Next, Sam asks Richard, can he please keep an eye on Priscilla because she is in the building, all right? And Richard was like, what is she doing here? You don't know what happened? She told the first lady off, and the first lady told her that she was fired, okay? Because, you know, Sam didn't know anything about this, all right? And so Richard spilled all the tea, and Sam was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you really need to keep an eye on her for me. And Richard was like, all right, I'll do it as much as I can. Now, Richard also told Sam that Priscilla brought up Jean to Victoria, okay? And so Richard then says to Sam, where is Jean? And Sam says, I can't tell you because I don't know, or something to that effect. And I'm like, yes, the heck you do. Why the heck doesn't Richard know about where Jean is? Everyone should know that Jean is dead, all right? Because it was on the news. Are you really kidding me right now? Are we really doing this right now? Okay, this was something that really pissed me off because to me, this looked like a little oopsie daisy type of situation, all right? A situation where Mr. Perry done forgot what he wrote, okay? And so we got a little inconsistency going on. And that really pissed me off, okay, guys? Because it was on the news that she was found dead in her apartment and it was supposed to be a murder-suicide. So you mean to tell me that Richard didn't know nothing about that? Richard didn't hear that? And what is Sam talking about? Because I know that Priscilla was talking about it. He came in when Priscilla saw it on the news. So what is going on here? Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that, guys. Let's move on, because in this last scene, Priscilla is really showing that she done lost her mind. She done walked into the First Lady's room while she is sleeping, sat on the bed, okay, caressed her leg, and then told her something about her perfume ain't that cheap or whatever, because Victoria still had her eyes closed when Priscilla entered the room. And Victoria was like, I can smell that whore's cheap perfume on you, right? And that's when Priscilla sits on the bed and strokes Victoria's leg and says, it's actually not cheap, ma'am. And this startles Victoria, all right? And she gets up like, what the heck are you doing in my room, all right? And that is how the episode ends, okay? I think this was a better ending to the episode than last week, but we'll see what kind of exchange this is going to give. All right, guys, that was the episode. I don't really know how I feel about this episode in its entirety. It was all right. I felt like there were moments where I was pissed. So I'm probably gonna give it like a 5 or a 6 or a 5.5. All right. Anyway, you guys let me know what you guys thought. It was great not seeing Jason, a breath of fresh air. I would like us to get to an episode where we don't see Hunter at all. That would be a good break for me, guys. All right. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.